All right, 1 mile in, 19 to go. So for the next 3 days, I'm gonna be biking, hiking, and hunting around the Alaskan mountains and staying in rustic cabins. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of I've Had a Rental Car for Too Long. Today, I am still in Alaska, up here in Fairbanks, but we're going on a little bit of an adventure. When are we not? I've been doing a little bit of research online and I found myself some survival cabins, so I'm starting off with a truck full of gear. I gotta work on consolidating that once I get to my cabin tonight, because lucky for us, our first stop is right off the road, but we gotta knock an hour-and-a-half road trip out, so. Hey, how you living? I'm living good. So we are driving a portion of the Alaskan pipeline. It's pretty crazy to see all of the cross-cutting for the trees. Just like a giant razor has just gone down the center of that hill. You can see the pipes off down to the bottom left. And that actually runs all the way up to Prudhoe Bay. This is a very bouncy road. That road was rough. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because when I drove the Dalton Highway about 2 years ago, that road was rough. And this is the Elliott Highway that leads right up into it. We're only about a mile away from the start of the Dalton. But here's home for the night. It's really nice to be able to drive right up to this log cabin. You can see it's full log. Got a nice temperature gauge on the outside. Reading just below 40 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Got our trail system right off the back here. And it's gonna give us a nice start for an early bike ride tomorrow morning. Definitely got started a little bit later today after gathering up my gear and whatnot, but let's take a look inside and see where we're sleeping. Ladies and gentlemen, a little break in the programming to let you know that we've officially released the Nomad jacket. Available in 2 different colors, black and green. We have spent some time trying to develop the perfect springtime coat, and here it is. Primaloft insulation, all zippered pockets, little logo hit on the side. Check them out now on the website, in the description below. Only 100 available in each color. First come, first serve. Check them out now in the link in the description. And let's get back to the prepaid programming. A spider or mosquito? Spider. Ooh, that was scary. All right. I'm gonna open these windows so there's some light getting in, because I can't see anything. I got 1. Here we got 2. There we go, that's a little better. Cool. So we've got ourselves a nice big wood stove, and comes with some pre-split firewood, maybe from the people before us. All sorts of trinkets in here. Split some wood with a little splitting axe. Saw, more wood and some charcoal in there. Comes with a set of pots and pans. Just a little bit of propane in that can. Camp grill. Logbook. Little table to dine at, and a bunk. In this corner over here, we've got some camp heat. Looks like some dog food, some TP, some extra gas cans, Yahtzee. I think it's just dice. This is a picture of some gentlemen from the 1950s at this cabin, imagining when it was built. Old-time residents of the area. Mr. George Gadoff and Ol Shuros. Tom Carr and Bill Esteroff. Here we can see the entire trail system of where I'm about to go. Tomorrow, I have hopes to make it to this cabin right here, the Colorado Creek cabin. By the looks of it, I'm going to have my work cut out for me because it's going to be a 40-mile bike ride round trip. Because that propane's feeling a little light, I'm going to only light it once it gets dark out. Oh, wow. There's an entire sleeping section up there. It's pretty sweet. This place is pretty nice. All right, well, I need to spend the next hours of daylight repacking my belongings because I realized that when you're bike packing, you don't really want to be wearing a backpack because you're going to be top heavy. So I rented a nice fat tire bike, and I've got to get my belongings in a dry bag so I can secure it onto some of these racks in the morning before I take off down the trail. So I'm gonna unload the truck, repack, and get cooking on some dinner. All right, well, I'm not planning on using the wood stove all night, but it is nice to have a little bit of heat in here while I get to repacking. You can imagine biking with this on your back. I don't know what I was thinking, but this is the most deflated this mattress will ever be. Scrunched up a little too long. I didn't have time to unpack my groceries and pack them into smaller bags, so I'm going to do that tonight so I'm not bringing as much gear on the trailhead tomorrow. Space pressure. For tonight, for dinner, I'm gonna make myself some falafel gyros. It's probably my heaviest pack weight meal, so might as well get it done tonight and save myself the weight tomorrow. It's 20 miles on a bike for me. It's definitely something new. It's smoky in here. Temp hasn't dropped too much yet. It's getting down there. Went down maybe a degree or two. I think it's supposed to get into the 20s tonight. If I was really worried about staying warm, it would be a good idea to go all the way up top. But I brought my cold weather gear, so I have a -9-degree bag with me. I'm hoping that puffs up in time for me to go to bed. But I'll be nice and comfortable in that. Got a little packet of pre-made falafel mix. Rip that bad boy open. That's the good stuff right there. Now pour it into here so I don't dirty up the bowl. Like a little bit dry, so I'm gonna try to add like a baby splash of water. Just don't want to add too much. Let me try that. While I'm warming that pita up, form these into falafel balls. Alright, we're gonna try it. Try cutting the corner. See what happens. That doesn't look the most appetizing right now. Alright, well, that looks a little sus, but looks like what falafel is supposed to look like, I guess. It was really wet, so I didn't really want to get my hands too dirty. Glad I didn't listen to the box, because that is definitely not 9 pieces. All right, these are starting to get a nice, delicious crisp on them. I'm gonna let them sit in there a little longer because I did make them bigger than the recipe said to. So it might take them a little bit to cook on the inside, but. That's delicious. Those are about done. At least that little piece was. I feel like these big ones are just still gonna be soft in the center. Well, I thought I was gonna have enough for 2 euros, but maybe just enough for one decently big gyro. I'm also glad I'm not eating this tomorrow because I didn't want a bag of tzatziki exploding in my pack. As much as I love tzatziki. Alright, there you got it. Falafel gyro. Oh yeah. That falafel mix is awesome. Looking at the map, there's about 12 to 20 cabins located on this trail system that you can go to. It looks like the furthest distance between them is 60 miles one direction. A lot of people come to this area with snowmobiles and will ride the trails between cabins, so maybe one day I'll get a snow machine up here or rent one and do something like that. But I thought, since I'm just getting my feet wet, a 20-mile bike ride one direction sounds like a pretty good way to get acclimated. All right, I officially made the cabin way too hot. Did not need that much wood in there. But it is 9:30 at night here in Alaska. And since it's April, it's staying light out way later. You can just see in the horizon right here just how light it really is. Overall, pretty impressed with this place. Very impressed with how hot it gets. It is insane in here right now. I'll let it cool down, and I'm gonna hop in my sleeping bag and get to bed early. While I'm waiting for it to cool down, I thought I think it's kind of fun to check in on these log books. This one doesn't look like it goes back very far. Looks like they just put this here in 2022. Looks like these people in 2022 saw wolves. Dang, so they had a bear hanging outside. Alright, I'm gonna get some rest. See you in the morning. We're gonna be packing the bike and hitting the trail early. I have so much stuff to pack up. Also, why is my low back always so stiff? Alright, leaving cabin number 1. The reason why I wanted to get up early this morning is because you can see snow has a nice hard pack to it because it's colder out this morning than it's going to be in the afternoon, so hoping that the ground can stay frozen and make it less sloppy for biking. When I booked, I suppose you should shut the windows also. But what I was trying to say is, when I booked this place, I mislooked at the trail system. And it turns out I actually have to do a short little drive to get to the trailhead, because the one that's behind this cabin doesn't exactly match up. So glad I didn't unload the bike last night. Oh, between the ice and my shoelaces, let's keep it on my toes morning. Whew, all right. I feel like I've been complaining about my low back pain a lot lately. I don't know if it's posture or what, but it's like right where my low back meets my pelvis is just sore every morning, especially when I go camping. I had some people in the comment section dealing with the same thing. Let me know what I need to check out or what I need to do. I'm trying to, maybe I need to stretch more in the morning. That's a thing. Or maybe I just need to go on a 17-mile bike ride. So we just got to here. We stayed up here last night, drove down. We've got to get all the way to here today, which is 20 miles, and I think very attainable for this afternoon. Fire burning, lantern lit, snow falling. What a great place to be. Couldn't agree more. So let's get the stuff unloaded, get the bike packed, and get started on the trail. It's 8 o'clock in the morning here. I got the bike all packed up. Now I'm just gonna mark where I need to go for my cabin. I'm gonna hit the trail. All right, well, after some looking at the trail, I realized that I'm at the wrong trailhead. Before I took off, I had like a blixt of service, and I just wanted to reconfirm that I was staying at Moose Creek. Well, I'm not. I'm supposed to be at Colorado Creek. So we gotta go back up to the trailhead. I was really close to it at the cabin that I stayed at last night, so back up the road we go. Okay, we're at the right trailhead. All right, I got these big hand mitts on here. These are called Progies. They are basically giant mittens for when you're riding a bike. Never seen those before. But we are officially at the right trailhead and finally starting on our adventure this morning. Maybe about 40 minutes late, but late's relative. Here we have a map of all of the cabins and shelters in the area. That's where we started this morning at mile 62. We are taking the Colorado Creek Trail over to the Colorado Creek cabin. Still 20 miles. I just got my my cabins mixed up this morning. Got everything packed on here with some straps. Use some ski straps. Got some bike packing bags and some dry bags. I even got my rifle with just in case we see a ptarmigan or a snowshoe hare. Pretty good odds of seeing that today. Now this trail system goes for over 250 miles and it makes a giant circle around the mountains that you can see in the background. So basically today I'm just scratching the surface, but like I said, this is my first time doing something like this in Alaska, and I didn't want to bite off more than I can chew. It's 25 degrees out, but with these layers on, I'm sweating. All right, 1 mile in, 19 to go. Oh, that feels so much better. It's a battle between being too warm and too cold. I'm at like mile 5. I'm not used to this fat tire biking thing. It is been trying to stay on like my 4th and 3rd gear, but when you're going uphill you almost have to use your 1st and 2nd just because otherwise you can't climb the hill without it absolutely cranking your legs. The big tires obviously add a lot more resistance, but they do make it easier to travel in the snow and not slip around quite as much. I'm just gonna take my brakes as I need them and continue on down the road. We got all day to get there, so no sense in rushing it and burning myself out. Alright, I'm adding some air into the tires because it was at like 7 or 8 psi before, which is nice for gripping in the snow, but this stuff's pretty hard packed and icy right now, so I think I might make it a little easier on myself if I pump the tires up a little bit. Yeah. You. Been keeping my eyes peeled for ptarmigan and snow hare. Haven't seen a whole lot. It's funny, I saw like 7 or 8 of them on the road driving over here this morning, but that checks out. Might have a good chance of seeing one. Just gotta keep on trucking. And either I haven't been on a bike in a long time, or I just forgot, but bike seats make a sore booty. It's about 11. Started on this trail at a little before 10. I gotta get as far as I can before this place gets sloppy. All right, lots and lots of breaks on this journey. I have 3 miles left. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be easy to not be a bike rider and just hop on a fat tire and do this, but it's giving me a reality check. I think these are some maybe adolescent moose tracks. It's pretty cool. The cabin's like, if you can see where this valley meets right here, I think it's somewhere over yonder. Oh. Ow. I made it across all that ice and then it just fell right there. I gotta be so careful now because now I'm tired. A little more prone to injury. Oh yeah, we're almost here. It's right up this hill. Oh, there we go. Nice. I am so happy to see this cabin right now. Like I thought, the last 3 miles were a little arduous. Grab my cooking stuff and head inside. I hear try again. This time again, right over there. I can hear them clucking just right over there. Didn't see them yet, but they're very close. It's crazy, that's the first one I've heard this whole ride. All 20 miles. Didn't even hear one. I missed. There's 2 though. They're so hard to see in the white snow. They might have spooked off. Dang. That's so close. I just hit right under them. It's probably like a 40-yard shot, which is kind of a stretch with the 22. I thought I sighted this thing in, but that's a far shot for a 22. Again, we were at like 35, 40 yards. I sighted it in for 25. Couldn't connect when it counted though. I'm getting back to the trail. Just like marshland stuff. Look at how far my feet are going in. After my ride in. This is not the most fun. Maybe once I'm rested and have some lunch in me, then I can come and explore again. Maybe those guys will come back closer. Before I take another step, I am going to be sitting on this bench and having myself some anchovies. Oh my gosh, my booty is so sore. The bike seat could be more comfortable. Let's just put it that way. I did a lot of sitting on the ride in, and it was bumpy. I am trying a lot of new things today. Bike packing. And I gotta say, anchovies are new for me. These ones are spicy. Ooh, some salted fish. It smells like cat food. That's cool. They actually look delicious. I'm not gonna lie. It's good. I like it. Anchovies kind of taste like mackerel. A little bit. I'm very happy to be here right now. It's not that I didn't think I was going to make it. It was just that it was starting to wear on the old soul. I kept impulsively checking the map, and it's like watching grass grow. I felt like I was taking a break like every 200, 300 yards. Because for a long stretch there, it was a lot of uphill. So I was hiking the bike, and then the patches that were flat were like rough, like lots of mogul type things going on. Felt like I was getting the hang of it at the end though. Dude, this tin of anchovies has 21 grams of protein. Holy crap. Need that. Bon appetit. Now, I only brought flint and steel, and there is only 6 matches left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start up the stove, if it would be so kind. Oh, there's more matches here. All right, there's 4 more in here, but still. I'm gonna start the stove. Anyway, I can just use a little bit of the propane then. We got a lit burner. Just like that, you got fire. It's amazing what dry wood will do. Well, that burner's on it, might as well get myself a tea. Oh! I will not be making myself a tea with that. Kind of just lost my appetite, actually. That's a dead mouse in there. You see that? Here, you want a better vision? Well, this one. It still feels like it has water in it. That's disgusting, too. There's mouse poop in there. All right, glad I brought my own pots and pans for later. This place is pretty similar to the last one in the sense that it's got a bunk bed right here. They actually have a lot of other older log books, it looks like. And this one is kind of fun. That one's from 1992. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to do some reading through there. Past the pigs. Also got some Uno. Some King Domino Duel. I don't know what that is. Get yourself a little saw. Some gloves. Big old wood stove, of course. Lots of pots and pans. Looks like there's more cutlery there. Secondary stove. And a mouse. You get a mouse too. And then upstairs, this one actually says for storage only. But I'm sure people sleep up there. I don't think that's a hard rule. All right, well, I'm gonna sit inside just for a second, soak it all in, and then grab the old 22 and see if I can find a rabbit or ptarmigan outside. So I just bought this stove. It's a multi-fuel stove, so it comes with a bunch of little attachments and grommets. I don't know what was wrong with it. Just the needle that goes up and down when the gas gets pushed through is stuck. So I took it apart and put it back together, and now it works. But it was scary. I didn't know if my stove was gonna work. Warming up the insides. It's not super cold out, but I got very sweaty. So as soon as I sat down, I was like, oh, yeah, I am kind of cold. Some lemon ginger. I've got one of these mobile satellite GPS systems, and I can send text off of it, so I'm gonna send my mom a text just so she knows that I'm okay, because I have absolutely no service out here, of course. Nice because it has these quick reply texts. All right, text sent to mom. It's like 5 p.m. right now. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of shooting. All right, well, because I couldn't hit one of those birds, I want to check to see if this is still sighted in after our little escapade out here. What better target than a tin of anchovies? All right. So the target's right here, 30 yards out. I'm going to give you a little zoom in. My legs are sore, I'm shaky, but we're going to try this out. So one's going in the chamber. Unsafe. All right, 30 yards. First shot. Yeah, we're on. Let's see how we did here. Oh, it just grazed the side of it. That's barely a hit. All right, try again. See, if I'm missing like that at 30 yards, it's a little bit bigger of a miss at, let's see. I said 40 earlier. I'm thinking after seeing that being at 30, it's probably more like a 60-yard shot at those birds earlier. All right, that one hit and went through. All right, good to know that we're still accurate. Walking along right now, looking at the tree line. This is the area that those two flew in. After I spooked them, they were pure white, like blend in with the snow style. See, there's a lot of this marshy area right here. We are at a little bit of elevation. Ptarmigan feed in this kind of stuff, so I'm not entirely surprised that we did end up seeing a couple. It's crazy to me how much the landscape's changed on this bike ride. I mean, this is unlike anything that I was through on that 20 miles. There's a little pond back there, and there's a beautiful, beautiful view of the mountain range right here. You can see it without the trees. It's gorgeous. All right, well, we made it all the way up to the top of the hill. Kind of hopeful there'd be something on the other side of this tree line, but I haven't seen or heard a whole lot of anything. The wind's picking up here, so it's a little tougher to hear them, but I have full confidence that I'd be able to. Oh. All right, well, missed my opportunity for the day so far. boiling some water here for drinking water and for dinner tonight. That plus the fire is too warm. Well, the same temp, just under 30 degrees right now. We're a little bit higher elevation today, so that makes sense. I'll bring this inside. Trying to crispen these up without burning them, but it's in this spot right now. Nice warm meal, warm fire. This will definitely help me replenish my energy for tomorrow. I'm gonna have to put that Spam in a bag, so if there's any mice still living in this place, they don't eat it in the middle of the night. Some people get grossed out at Spam, but I like it. I think there is potential that I bit off more than I can chew, but I'll make it home fine tomorrow. That is one uncomfortable bike seat, that's all I'm gonna say. After some rest and eating well, I'll be able to take it slow in the morning. That was bomb. That was an awesome dinner and an awesome dessert. Gonna wake up in the morning, probably pretty early. I think I should get an earlier start tomorrow than I did today, which shouldn't be too hard. I'm not sold on the fat tire biking yet. Regular biking is okay, it's kind of fun. Going slow through the snow, I don't know if it's my thing, but it's got a chance tomorrow to prove itself to me again. It's a lot of pedaling for not a lot of movement going through the snow. I mean, it's 8:30 at night out right now. It looks like it's not even 6. It's crazy. Figured I'll get to bed early. That way I I don't have an excuse of being tired tomorrow. Good night. See you in the morning. Planning on taking off early out of here tomorrow. Hopefully on the trail before 7:30. Gotta boil up some water before I hit the road because I only had a half a water bottle left, and I went through 1.5 on the ride in yesterday, so. Alright, the time has come to leave the cabin. I would be lying if I said I'm not dreading this ride back, but we'll make it. It'll be good. A little pre-trail snap. It's already almost 9:30. Packing up and boiling drinking water took me a lot longer than I thought it would. But those are very important things to have done for when I hit the trail. Left my little note warning people about the dead mouse. I tried my best to draw a sardine can, but I'm not really an artiste. Thanks, cabin. See you later. Conditions have changed a little bit from yesterday. We got a little light snow and it's a lot colder. So hopefully that makes the trail conditions nicer. Haven't sat on my seat yet. Not looking forward to it, but without further ado, let's get it. All right, bike. Be my friend today, please. Oh yeah, she's tender. Alright, I made it through the first couple miles of uphill. Now we're in the dangerous downhill. I gotta be very careful here because there are patches of ice from what I remember yesterday, so I'm gonna be utilizing my brakes. I wish I could just coast this, go as fast as I want, but all it takes is catching one tire and I'll be on my face full scorpion mode in the trees. And that would be a long day back. All right. All right, we got more ice. I think I should just walk it. I'm gonna fall if I don't. Ugh. Might fall anyway, but at least I don't have a bike in between my legs. Alright, we made it past the ice. still another one over here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I missed that one. Dang. Alright, how to get my bird. Oh boy. Oh, this might have been a mistake. Oh no. Alright, we're almost there. These birds are so cool. Look at their little super fuzzy feet. And how white he is. Gun sighted in after all. This will be great dinner. Did it! I got a ptarmigan. It's my first one that I've ever got with a rifle. 2 years ago I cooked one up that got hit on the side of the road. That's the first one I've ever taken myself. Still got some practice to do with this old pew because I missed about 2 or 3 shots on the other one. I'm honestly happy I didn't hit it because he was a little further out. And that voyage to go get the bird was a longer one than I thought. It's just the deep snow. All right, I gotta get all the snow out of my boots so I don't make it all wet in there. You guys going to the Colorado Creek?
We're going to Wolf Run.
Wolf Run? Okay, cool.
You come from Colorado Creek?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Just saw ptarmigan flush out of the trail, so I decided to take a shot on it and gonna have some dinner tonight, it looks like.
Excellent.
The snow's a lot deeper over here than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Just ran into 2 gentlemen that were coming up with their dog. They're going to the further cabin, which is, I think, 35 miles, so I got my tail tucked a little bit, but they were telling me that I've got an easy ride in because it's pretty much all downhill, and that going in like they are is pretty much all uphill. So I was feeling bad about myself yesterday, but today I've got a bird and I've got downhill. We love it. All right, back onto the trail. Let me know what you guys think I should call the old boomstick. I was thinking Plink 182 or Pepe Le Pew, or maybe just Bruce. Plink 122 sounds pretty awesome. How's it going? You guys going to the Colorado Creek?
Yes.
Nice. I just came back from Colorado Creek.
Okay. Yeah. Did you sleep over there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Lots of dry wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Perfect.
Lot of uphill until it's downhill, but the last mile and a half is all straight down, so don't get too discouraged.
Perfect.
All right, safe travels. Hey! Whew. I don't think so, man. They're like, I want that. Got my bird all cleaned up, back on the road, hour drive until I'm back home. All right, so I'm just dropping my bike back off. They have this cool map in here that's 3D printed. So this is the first cabin that I stayed at, and that's the trail that I ended up taking up to the Colorado Creek cabin. You can see how many cabins are out there, and when you look at it like this, it doesn't look like much, but there's a lot more to explore there if I do feel so inclined in the future. There's over 120 miles of trail system to get all the way around these cabins and get to the other trailhead. It's pretty sweet. I haven't even had a chance to shower yet, but I gotta get this bird good to go for dinner tonight. We're gonna cook it up Alfredo style, but first, with wild game meat, it takes a little bit of preparation. So first I'm just gonna rinse it off, try to get all the blood off of it in the sink. You'll notice how dark the meat is on this bird. I mean, all wild game meat is like that. It's nice and dark red. I'm just gonna cover this with some cold water, add some vinegar, and then I'm gonna throw it into the fridge. It's gonna help get rid of some of that gamey flavor. And then when I cook it later, I can enjoy a nice, pleasant taste. Some people don't like gamey taste. I don't mind it, but if it's too gamey, it's not good. So just have some distilled white vinegar. And just yos this in here a little bit. Then we're gonna go ahead and set that in the refrigerator. Now I'm just gonna wait a couple hours, and then I'm gonna finish on my recipe. Don't spill the bird. Fresh out of the brine. I'm gonna breast this bad boy. All right, so there we have our ptarmigan meat. See, nice and dark red. Just gonna saute that in some olive oil with some rosemary, and it's gonna be delicious. Before I do that though, I'm gonna toss some salt on them. A little S&P. I'm gonna give them a dash of rosemary. Oh, that's a lot. Take some of our cheese from yesterday, put it on the grater. Let these rest for a second. Pasta's al dente. Toss it right into the sauce. And bone apple tea. You got ptarmigan Alfredo. It's delicious. It's my first time doing the vinegar brine, and it doesn't have any wild game flavor at all. Great way to end the trip. Delicious, tasty little bird. I'll tell you what, the ride back to the truck was so much easier that I think fat tire biking might just be growing on me. Maybe I should give it another shot. If you guys like episodes like this, I've got a lot more stuff on my channel. And if you have any other ideas while I'm here in Alaska, feel free to mention them in the comment section down below. But as always, until next time, you already know the drill. Just keep on trucking.